Well, hello there, my beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Wellness Wisdom Wednesday with SLH Wellness and Management. I'm your host for the channel, Sherress Hicks. I'm your Agile thinker and your wellness strategist. And today we are diving deep into a powerful topic that affects each and every one of us, which is called stress. Okay. And more importantly, how to detox your stress naturally. So, whether you are a busy professional like myself, you're a caretaker, or if you're a person just navigating life in these unpredictable times, this topic is specifically for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk about what is stress and what it's doing to your body. So stress isn't just a mental thing. I know a lot of people that I have provided educational services to, they think that it's a mental thing only. And stress is actually a whole body thing because it affects not only your mind, but it affects your nervous system. It affects your immune system. It affects how you digest food. It affects your hormones. It affects everything. So I wanted to dive deep into this topic today to provide professionals with more clear understanding on how stress really affects your body. And so chronic stress causes your body to release too much cortisol. And I'm going to focus on cortisol today because a lot of times we brush past this particular hormone. And I think it's very important for people to understand how this hormone actually affects your whole entire body. Okay, so cortisol is a steroid hormone. It's a steroid hormone, and it's produced by the adrenal glands in response to stress. So the overall benefits, and listen to this clearly now, the overall benefits of steroid hormones to the body is it regulates stress and your mood. It helps to control your metabolism and your blood sugar. A lot of people do not understand that it helps to manage your blood sugar, okay? It helps to maintain fluid in your body and the balancing of the electrolytes in your body. A lot of people don't understand that as well. It helps to promote growth and, of course, sexual development. It also helps to support fertility. And I did not know that in my journey in understanding my reproductive health. I did not understand how cortisol played a very important role in supporting my fertility. And so now, as a fertility doula, I actually focus on hormones when I'm trying to help individuals trying to conceive. So it's very important for supporting fertility and pregnancy. Okay. And then lastly, the cortisol, it actually influences your immune system function. It helps your immune system to function. And so I'm going to break all of that down a little bit. It plays a key role in the fight or flight response in your body. And it increases, again, the glucose, the sugar in the bloodstream. Okay, so you're going to either fight it out or you're going to flight. So let's talk about it enhancing brain function, where a lot of people think that, oh no, stress is just mental. All right, so let's focus on that. Yes, it does enhance the brain function. And it enhances the brain function by increasing your alertness, okay? Alertness and attention. And why is this important for work? Because when you're stressed, you cannot focus, you cannot be effective, and you cannot be productive at work, okay? It also serves as memory formation. So you may forget a lot of things if cortisone is not balanced in your body, okay? So it helps your memory formation during the acute stress phase so that it can help the body respond effectively to immediate challenges, okay? It also helps to regulate the metabolism by increasing the glucose availability. Okay, so it's not that our body can't have sugar, it's the type of sugar that we're putting into our body that affects our body. Okay, and it also, cortisol also helps to promote the breaking down of fats. So if you're constantly stressed, your body is constantly storing up sugar but then it's not breaking down the fat in the body. There's an imbalance there. Okay. And it also helps to influence protein metabolism to ensure that the body has enough energy during stress. So, stress, people don't always think, but when you are sort of exercising, engaging in some sort of physical activity, your body is going through moments of stress. Okay. And this is why athletes, okay, that they eat a lot of carbs so that when they get on the field playing football, on the court playing basketball, or whatever they're doing, that they can excrete that energy out because your body is going through a moment of stress. Okay. And then blood pressure. So cortisol helps to regulate blood pressure by enhancing the sensitivity of the blood vessels to vasoconstrict. So like the adrenaline and supporting that sodium and water. So going back to that athlete, they need a lot more electrolytes. And remember, I stated that cortisol helps to promote that, and it helps to promote that water retention, through its interaction with the kidneys. It's going to help to function even with the kidneys. Okay. And then lastly, let's talk about the immune response. So cortisol regulates the immune system. This was something else that I was not aware of, because I have been diagnosed with an autoimmune medical condition. Okay. And so cortisol helps to regulate the immune system by suppressing inflammation. If your body is constantly stressed and chronically stressed, your body is full of inflammation. I guarantee you. Okay. Um, so it suppresses inflammation and inhibiting the activity of immune cells to prevent overaction. So it's trying to prevent your immune system from overacting and maintaining that immune balance that your body needs, especially in those moments of stress. So when stress is short term, cortisol actually helps the body respond effectively. So again, it is needed, and the body can heal itself. The body knows exactly what's going on. Okay. So let's not forget that. But when stress is chronic, elevated cortisol levels can become very harmful to your body. And that leads to you feeling very fatigued. If you are constantly fatigued, I promise you, your hormones are affected in some type of capacity. You may function in anxiety. So when your anxiety levels are high, guess what? Your cortisol levels are high. This is considered chronic stress on your body. You will experience a lot of weight gain when you are stressed, especially around the midsection, that abdomen area. Okay, that is where it holds a lot of stress. Okay, you will experience sleep disturbances when you are stressed. You may go in and out of sleep during the night. You may fall asleep quickly, but then wake up at 2 and 3 in the morning and you're up for the rest of the day. So there are definitely some sleep disturbances there. And that tells me your hormones are imbalanced and your cortisol levels are off. Okay. Blood pressure. We talked about how it affects your blood pressure, okay? And then, of course, the immune system. So when you are chronically stressed, your body is going to continuously have that high blood pressure, and it's going to continuously weaken your immune system. And do not forget, your blood pressure is also connected to your kidneys. And remember, I stated earlier how cortisol helps the interaction with the kidneys. It supports the sodium and the water retention for the kidney area. So as you can see, cortisol is very important. And that's why I wanted to focus on this, because a lot of times people really truly don't understand. They get bits and pieces as it relates to cortisol, and they really truly don't understand how their body is being affected when under too much stress. So, cortisol does help us cope with stress, yes, but too much of it for too long, an extended period of time. And think about it. Think about how stressed you are at your job on a daily basis. A 1 week vacation can't cure that. I promise you, it can't. So when you're too stressed for too long, it is going to throw your entire body out of balance. Okay. And again, when this happens, you're going to experience fatigue. You may experience headaches. You're going to experience some type of insomnia. You're going to experience weight gain, especially around that belly area. It's going to affect your memory. So brain fog is going to play a factor, and you're going to be moody. One day it's going to feel like this, the next day it feels like that. So you're going to have these frequent mood swings. But the most dangerous part is the fact that you begin to normalize that level of stress, and your body then begins to normalize, because think about it, it starts with, again, where people think it all starts is with your brain, right? And then it affects your whole body. So when your brain begins to think of stress constantly, when you wake up, oh man, I have to go to work today. I'm stressed just about going to work today. So you're starting your day off with stress. Okay. And so you're then normalizing that level of stress, and you forget what peace actually looks like and what it feels like. This is how detrimental stress can be to your body, and why the body tends to slow down, and people then begin to look at it as, oh, I'm getting older. No, you're not getting older. I promise you, there's too much stress that you are carrying around in your body, and it's time for you to detox your stress. You can do this naturally, holistically, and intentionally. Okay. It has to be with intention. It can't be with, you fighting against your body, or not believing that your body can't regulate itself and cannot heal itself, because it can, scientifically proven. It's a fact. Okay. So I want to talk about a natural detox method. This is the first method that I want to talk to you about, which is called grounding and breath work. We've all kind of heard of this, taking some deep breaths. Okay. So this is the first natural stress detox method that I teach as a behavioral health counselor. I would always say, the best first response is you being able to regulate your body. And so, two things: you can ground yourself. And sometimes I would take my patients outside. We would go out into nature. We would take a walk. We would sit near a tree. We would hug a tree. That's the grounding work. Okay. Getting your feet barefoot on the earth. Playing in the grass, in the dirt, in the sand, getting into gardening. Yes, let's talk about gardening. And you just and listen, and take the gloves off, and get barefoot with it. My mom, she was great at gardening. She had a really good green thumb, and she had a garden, and she had her flower beds, and everything looked beautiful in the springtime. But that was her piece. Okay, so make sure that you get barefoot, get your hands, dirty, a little bit. It's going to help to reduce a lot of the inflammation in your body, and it's going to help to balance out that cortisol. The second method is breath work, and this helps to reset the nervous system, because, again, because cortisol is affecting your brain, of course, it's affecting the nervous system in your brain. Okay, so we need to reset that. And so what I would do is, when I would teach my patients about breath work, I said, this is the first thing that you should do to help regulate yourself and your body when you find yourself in those sticky situations where you're angry or upset. And that's where we do the breath work. So what I like to do is, I start out, I said, listen, because a lot of times when you are upset and angry, your body, that blood is pumping, it's boiling right at that point, and sometimes we can't catch our breath. So what I like to tell them to do is, first, let's start with a 3 count breath work, and then move into a 4 count breath work. So if you're very angry and upset, you're going to inhale through your nose for 3 counts. You're going to count in your head to the number 3. Then you're going to hold it. You're going to hold that breath for 3 counts. And then you're going to release the breath out for 3 counts. So again, you're going to inhale through your nose, counting to 3. You're going to hold it and count to 3. and you're going to release it and count to 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do that together. Try it with me now. So inhale through your nose and count to 3. Hold it for 3. Exhale for 3. Let's try that again. Inhale through your nose for 3. Hold for 3. Release for 3. Okay, you want to do that in a rotation of 3. Okay, so you want to do that 3 times. Once you calm down, you can go back to the 3 count, or you can now move on to the 4 count to regulate your body. So this is something that is quick, it's easy to do. This brings your body back into the present moment. You can do this while sitting at your desk. You can go to your car and do it. You can actually do this before bed. You can do this at any time, even in that moment when you are arguing with your spouse. Come on, let's talk about it. And you're looking at your spouse like, I can't even believe that that came out of your mouth. Go ahead and take that deep breath. Oh my gosh, beautiful people. Thank you all so much for tuning in for this first segment on stress. Join me next week as we continue this conversation, and I'm going to reveal to you more natural ways for you to detox stress through herbal support, nutrition, hydration. We're going to talk about sleep, and then we're going to talk about emotional release. Comment down below if this topic resonated with you. If you found out some new information that you did not know previously, let me know in the comment section. I love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Don't forget to like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell and select all so that you know when I do upload videos to the channel. And then share this information with someone that you truly care about. Share this information with someone who is your coworker or in leadership with at your job. All right. So again, my name is Sherress. I am your Agile thinker and your wellness strategist, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.